Hello, Bestie Boos. It is time for a book haul, and I'd like to start this video off by apologizing. This video was supposed to be filmed like almost a week, 2 weeks ago, but I got sick and I did not touch a book. But weekly reading vlogs are gonna start back up again, so get excited for that. But as you can see, I have not one, but two tall piles of books beside me. So I'm just gonna get into it. And also another disclaimer, I've been collecting these books since about Christmas time to literally today. I went to the bookstore today and bought more books. So yeah, let's just get into it. So obviously I had to get Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score because the sequel from Things We Hide from the Light came out and it's so freaking pretty, and all the hype on Book Talk is here, and I'm easily influenced and people are obsessed with this book, and it's Grumpy Sunshine, and I needed to have it, okay? I just needed to have it. So that's book number one. Then I got Legendborn. To be honest, I have no idea what most of these books are about. I have some ideas of some of them, but not a lot. But this one, I don't have any idea about. I bought it because Miss Olivia Reads the Latte, my literal comfort YouTuber, is obsessed with this book, and I was like, well, if she's obsessed with it, I have to be obsessed with it, so I bought it. And that's the story with that. Then I got Icebreaker, which I believe is another Grumpy Sunshine, but like hockey romance, like sports romance. Are you kidding me? Where she's a figure skater too, and then he has to figure skate with her. Like, that's so cute. And also the dirty talk I've seen from TikTok, like, say no more. Like, I needed it. Like, that's just that. I got Brutal Prince by Miss Sophie Lark. I've heard Sophie Lark writes some of the best smut, but I also believe this is a mafia story, and I love a good mafia story, like a good mafia Wattpad-ish story, so I believe this is gonna fill that hole in my heart. Also, the cover is so pretty. Like, look at that. Like, the strawberries, are you kidding me? And I'm so glad it's not a man. Like, I'm so thankful it's not a man. Then I got There Are No Saints by Miss Sophie Lark. I also think this is another mafia one. I'm reading the back. I don't think so. It says he's the hottest sculptor in San Francisco, so I don't think he's a mafia, but the cover says otherwise. Also, another gorgeous cover. And the second one is black, and I love my black books. Like, I don't know if you can't see, but like, yeah, you can see. There are my black books. I love my black books, so that's why they get middle shelves instead of at the bottom. But yeah, I love my black books, so there's that. I'm sorry, this book haul is just like a sad book haul, but because I don't know what any of this is about. Next up, Legends and Lattes. All I know is this is a cozy fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons. Somebody runs a coffee shop and they've never heard of coffee. I believe that's what this is about. I don't know. I thought it'd be cute for the winter, but now it's like 70 degrees in Texas, which is where I live. So I don't know if this is gonna make it. Probably not. It's probably gonna wait on my shelf for a year. Sorry, babes. But who knows? I'm a mood reader, so who knows what can happen. Then I got Bridgerton, The Duke and I. I'm obsessed with this show. Like, I started watching the first season again, and it just made me want to pick up this book so badly, but I didn't. Which I should have, but I didn't. But the show is so good, so I can only imagine like the book to be even better. And if it's not as good as the show, I'm gonna be really disappointed. But if you've never seen the show, it's about this girl. It's set back in like 1800 England. These girls go up to meet the queen and present themselves to the queen during the season. And I'm really bad at explaining things. Why did I decide to become a booktuber? I can't explain things for my life. Anyways, this they present themselves to the queen during the season, and the season is when you need to get married, or when you try to get married, or get engaged, basically. So she goes to the season, the queen says she's perfect. She presents herself to the queen says she's perfect. And then so you would think she has no trouble getting a date during the actual season, because the presentation of the queen happens before the season. So after the presentation, you're in the season. So the season starts, and she's with her overprotective brother, who ruins all her chances because he's like, no man is good enough, being, you know, overprotective. And then she meets the Duke, and the Duke is like, all the moms are trying to set their daughters up with the Duke. So they form a little relationship, a fake dating run. And yeah, that's basically this book. And then obviously you can guess where it happens from there. But yeah. Then I got 11 Other Words. Again, by Miss Christina Lauren. Again, no idea what this book is about. Just heard amazing things on Book Talk. Actually, let me read the back. Friends to Lovers, I believe, is the trope for this one, after a quick read of the back. But yeah, Friends to Lovers sounds right. I've never read a Friends to Lovers, so I'm really intrigued to see if I'll like it, because I'm normally like, ew, no, Friends to Lovers, blah. That's boring. I'm an Enemies to Lovers girly through and through, but we'll see if this changes my mind. Then I got this thick book from Blood and Ash. I believe this is a fantasy romance. Again, have no idea what it's about. I just saw it in the bookstore today, and I saw it in the bookstore like a couple times ago, and I was like, that looks interesting, and then I put it back, and then I went again, and some girl grabbed the last copy, and I was like, dang it, I wanted it, and now I have it. And so I went again today, and now it's in my possession. But she's thick. I don't know why this isn't in the romance category, because like based off a quick skim through, there's no other name except for Papa. Hello, Poppy. So, oh, Hawk, a golden-eyed guard on her, bound to ensure her ascension, enters her life. Destiny and duty become tangled with desire and need. Yep, fantasy romance. Captivating and action-packed. From Blood and Ash is a sexy, addictive, and unexpected fantasy perfect for the fans of Sarah J. Maas, My Queen, and Laura Thalja. Never heard of Laura Thalja, but maybe I should pick up her books. So there's that. Then I got Lessons in Chemistry, because I've seen this everywhere, specifically on Haley and Bookland's BookTube, but she could not stop talking about this throughout her Bookmas videos. And then Olivia Read the Latte read it and rated it 5 stars, and I was like, okay, I'm influenced enough. She's on my shelf. She's going to be read. She's also heavy. Like, this book is heavy. Like, just holding it up, it's heavier than from Blood and Ash. I don't know why it's so heavy, but there's also a dog in it. And just so you know, the dog does not die. So, yeah. Then we have Zodiac Academy, The Awakening, told from the boys' perspective. It's literally The Awakening, just told from the boys' perspective. So, if you don't know, the boys are, if you have never read or heard of Zodiac Academy, what are their actual names? Nope, that just says the boys. Okay. The boys are technically the heirs to the throne, because Tori and Darcy's parents died, and Tori and Darcy disappeared. Like, they were not in the Fae realm anymore. So the boys' parents got together and were like, hey, we're gonna rule this world with the 4 of us. And so when Tori and Darcy come back, the boys are not happy because they've been training their whole life for this, and they don't think they're suited for it, so they bully them. So I'm very intrigued to read it from their point of view, because I want to know. I just want to know. Like, if you watch my reading blog, I just want to know. That's literally all I kept saying, was I just wanted to know. So yeah, very curious about that. Also, this book is also really heavy, so I'm gonna set it down. Then I got The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Miss Taylor Jenkins Reid. One of my reading goals for this year is to read more Taylor Jenkins Reid. I now own 3 of her books, one of which I'm gonna read after I finish I'm going to read Daisy Jones and the Six after I finish reading Throttled, because Daisy Jones and the Six TV adaptation comes out soon, and I want to be able to watch it after I read the book. So I believe it comes out March 14th. Or am I getting that confused with the Sims 4 Infants updates? If you don't know, I'm also a huge Simmer. I just don't record it because my playthroughs are boring. But yeah. Don't know anything about this. Just know it's by Taylor Jenkins Reid. A lot of people love it. That's all I needed to know. Then I got Maggie Moves On by Miss Lucy Score today. This one I got today as well. All I know is that she's a YouTube home designer thingy, and he's a landscaper. They fall in love. There's a dog on the cover. It's by Lucy Score. Do I need to know much more? Hey, I rhymed. Look at me go. Also, peep the shirt. It's Scream, and it says Call Me. Like, that's so cute. Anyways. But yeah. I'm excited to read this. I feel like this will be a good spring read. I don't know why, but it's giving me spring vibes. I almost got this or Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. But I've wanted this one for longer because of the dog. Like, look how cute that freaking dog is. Look at that. Look at that dude. So yeah, I wanted this one longer, so I got that. Then I got Shatter Me today, which I'm scared of because I don't really read YA anymore, but as you can tell from behind me, my books are mainly YA. But I'm scared because there's a lot of hype surrounding this book, like a lot. And I tried reading it back in 8th grade and I didn't like. Here, let me show you really fast. Like, this is literally chapter 1, so it's not a spoiler. I don't like how things are crossed out. Like, I know it's meant to be like a journal, but it kind of bothers me that things are crossed out. But we'll see if I get past it and I'm able to get into the book or not. But we'll see. About this girl, everything she touches she destroys or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Again, a lot of hype surrounding this book, so I was like, good enough for me. Hello, let go. Thank you. Then I got the Inheritance Games. This sounds super interesting, and I also heard there's a love triangle in this, and I'm a sucker for a love triangle. Like, I love a good love triangle, but I also heard really bad things about it. Like, it's also like super young and blah blah blah. So I'm kind of nervous. It's also a mystery, and I've never read mystery before, so I'm very intrigued to see if I like it. I feel like this will be a good mystery for me to start off with because everybody said it's predictable, so I feel like we can only go up from this point. But yeah, it's about this girl. This guy dies, and this girl who has no connection to him inherits everything he owns, and he has 3 grandsons, and they work together to try to figure out why he left everything to her through puzzles and games. Puzzles and riddles, not games. Puzzles and riddles. So yeah, there's that. I actually know something. Woo! Look at me go. Then I got The Misfit by Elle Kennedy. I have not read a single Elle Kennedy book, and I own quite a few. Like, I almost own the entire Off-Campus series, which I'll get into later. But this one is about a girl whose stepdad runs the school for troubled youth, I think, and then she ends up attending there because that's where her stepdad works, and then she ends up falling for one of them. I think that's what happens, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, I'm really intrigued by it, but I also like the cover. I like the shattered look of it. I don't know, it's really pretty to me. So yeah, there's that. Then I have The Beast by Katie Robert. This one is, let me think. The Beast, Gaston, and Belle all in a couple, and that's all I need to know. That's all I want to know, because Katie Roberts' Wicked Villains series Wicked Villains series are very short. Like, I think this one's under 300 pages for sure, but specifically it is 269 pages. So I don't like to know much more than who it surrounds, and that's about it. So yeah. Then I have The Mistake. Now let me tell you about the adventure of the Off-Campus series for me. So I bought the deal. So when I first started buying books, before it got out of control, I used to buy at least 2 books from a series, so that way if I like it, I can read the next one and then either go out and purchase the rest of the series or order it on Amazon, and I'll have something to read by the time that I get it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I had a brain fart in the middle of it and I forgot everything I said. So I got The Deal, and what's the third one? Let me look behind me. It's somewhere behind me, somewhere. It's not The Mistake. Whatever the third one's called. Oh my god, I forgot another one. Oh, it's on the back of the book. The Score. So I bought The Deal and The Score thinking that The Score was the second one, but in reality, The Score is the third. So I finally have my hands on The Mistake. So I think this one is Fake Dating. Yeah, Fake Dating. And I heard that a lot of people either love or hate this series, but I feel like it's going to be a good cheesy romance series that I'm gonna be in the mood for in the summer, but also like in the fall, maybe like summer turning into fall, because you know, college romance, I'm in college, you know, it all makes sense in my head. So yeah, got that. Then I have Credence by Penelope Douglas. I just recently finished reading The Bully by her and it was pretty good. Gave it 3 stars. Nothing groundbreaking, but I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on this one. But I've also heard that it's also good spice. I couldn't decide if I wanted to say smut or spice, so I combined the two. But yeah, this girl, I think her family dies. Let me read. Yeah, her family dies and she moves in with her father's stepbrother, and then she falls for his sons. So technically no blood relation, but like a little creepy. But I'm into it. Not for me personally. Let's not go there. Not for me personally, but like in books, doesn't really bother me. So yeah. Then I have Better Than Fiction. This is about let me read you the back. As a self-proclaimed book hater and a firm believer that the movie is always better, Drew Young did anticipating inheriting her grandma's bookstore, the Book Nook. Okay, so basically the girl hates books, which is red flag number 1 if you ask me. But she hates books, ends up inheriting her grandma's bookstore, as you heard me read. And then this guy is a hopeless romantic. They end up falling in love, and I don't know. A bookstore romance just sounds so cute to me, so definitely on my list of things to read. Then I got The Fine Print by Miss Lauren Asher. I'm currently reading the Dirty Air series. Technically I'm on book 2, but I'm also on book 1 because I read them out of order. I read Collided and then Throttled because I didn't know Collided was the second book. So I'm reading Throttled right now, and then I'm going to order Wrecked and Redeemed, and then I'm on my book buying ban because this is getting out of control, as you can tell from this nearly 20-minute video. We're nearly at 20 minutes right now. Okay, so if you haven't heard of The Fine Print, it's first of all, where have you been? Go educate yourself, but I'll do it for you. So The Fine Print is about this grandfather dies and inherits all his things to his 3 grandsons, divided equally, but they have to fulfill something to get what was in their section of the will. So this one is the person who owns basically the Disney World of this realm, and a worker, Grumpy Sunshine. That's all I need to know. That's all I want to know. I don't know if you can tell, but I like going into my books blind, because I feel like once you read the back, like you read the back to buy the book, right? And then or you hear about it and you're like, oh, I'm interested, I want to read that. And then after that you forget about it and then you go in blind. I feel like that's the best way to go into books, personally, which is why my book hauls are like this. Next we have Bunny. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't remember what this is about, as I don't with most of the books, but the cover is what really drew me in. Like I remember hearing about it and I was like, I'm not that interested, but then I keep looking at the cover and I'm like, it's so pretty. Like even now I can't just show the cover, I have to stare at it too. But I believe this is about a girl who enters a secret society and there's a mystery that unfolds, again with the mysteries, but I'm not sure if there's a mystery or not, or if she just enters a secret society and things start happening. But yeah, really excited to read this. This is short and it's pretty floppy. Not super floppy, but pretty floppy, and it's such a gorgeous cover. Guys, we're getting down to the end. I have 4 books left to talk about. Serially Yours by Tessa Bailey. Grumpy Sunshine, Florist, Professor. She does his lake house or something like that, something of that nature. His grandma's house, his mom's house, something like that. They used to have a thing for each other when they were younger, and now they've reconnected and they fall back in love, obviously. Sorry about you thought that was a spoiler alert, but hate to break it to you, it's a romance book. They fall in love. Anything else beyond that? Don't know. Because I did read this one romance book where they fell in love and then they decided that they should part ways, and I was like, why? It was heartbreaking. Then I have The Loath to Love You by Loath to Love You by Ali Hazelwood. This is the bind up of the 3 novellas she wrote. Stuck With You, Under One Roof, Stuck With You, Below Zero. I pointed to them with my fingers if you can tell. And I already read Under One Roof. Didn't love it. It was kind of meh. Hated the ending. Absolutely hated the ending. Still makes me mad when I think about it. But yeah, that's why there's a bookmark in it. But yeah, I haven't read the rest of them, so I normally like Ali Hazelwood's writing, but I didn't like the first one, which was really strange. So yeah. Then I have Radiant Sin by Katie Robert. This is Apollo and Cassandra's story. Really excited for that. All I want to know, all I need to know. Honestly, I just need to know that it was a Dark Olympus, part of the Dark Olympus series, and that's all I need. That's all I needed to know, really. Because I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. But below, like literally right below that is, let me show you. I have the collection of the Dark Olympus Chasing Out because I love them so much. And then the last book for this book haul, let me grab, is Twisted by Emily McIntyre. This is a loose Aladdin retelling. Hold on, let me back up so I'm not gonna, let me fix that. There we go. This is a loose Aladdin retelling with Jafar and Jasmine, but obviously not named Jafar and Jasmine. I believe their name is Julian and Yasmin. Julian and Yasmin. Dark romance by Emily McIntyre, and if you don't know, what's a PG word for that? I'm in love with Emily McIntyre. So that's all I needed to know was that it was her book and I bought it. I got it for my birthday. So yeah, those were all the books I either bought, were given to me, or I've collected. No. Yeah. Either I bought, or were given to me in the past 3 months. Yes, this is a lot. I'm gonna buy 2 more and then I'm on my book buying ban. And yeah, I probably won't buy books until the summer, because the summer is when I really crack down on my reading, and I read like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up or do all the cool YouTube stuff you know how to do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you, besties. Mwah.